Welcome to another episode of Coffee and Whiskey with Ivy. Top of the news. If you look at the Business Times on Thursday, MAS warning of euphoria puts Singapore property market on notice. And then, when Ravi Menon, the Oracle, speaks, you know our ministers will all immediately make knee-jerk reaction. So on Friday, the Business Times heading is Fresh Property Cooling Measures Spark Last-Minute Buying Frenzy. You know, instead of jumping always and making knee-jerk reaction, why don't our ministers really study what big countries like Australia do to control their property prices? Australia has a rule where you cannot buy landed property, sit on it and speculate and make a lot of money. It also has a rule where developers can only sell 50% of the development to foreigners. And when the foreigners sell back, they must sell it back to an Australian. So therefore, your price of your property can never go sky high. Look at how many units of housing we have. How many are really lived in by families, local as well as foreign? How many are rented to foreigners? Then government should give assurance to citizens that nobody will be left out in the cold without a home. The government must also tell people what their game plan is with regard to the population size. Can governments truly be honest with their population who has never been taught how to think? We should not make our property market a casino. Your home should not be a chip that you place and gamble on it. The public servants are urged to build new skill sets by Minister Chan Chun Sing. I was really happy. Then I read the full story. In the home page, all the skills they are going to teach them are not related to the most important skill of listening. Okay, listen. Minister Chan Chun Sing, please listen. There is no bus service at all in the Neo 2 Road area where I have lived for 16 years. Many disabled and challenged people work in the farms. There is also no sewer line where we live, and only very few responsible farmers like me have got a proper septic tank. 90% of them dig a hole and piss and shit into it, and that's why there's so much pollution in the Kranji Reservoir as well as the Straits of Johor. So tell your civil servants, walk the talk, listen, have courage to make the changes. Do not ask how high when told to jump. Ask why. We farmers have been talking to all the A's, AVA, SLA, URA, LTA, etc., but nobody is listening. So the most important factor for civil servants and ministers and members of parliament is to listen and then have the courage to make the change. I'm also always happy to read when our government tries to do their best by helping people. So the review of wage top-up scheme for low-income workers by Zaki Mohammed and the 900,000 households getting GST vouchers. The point is this. It's not about giving a handout. It's not about the WIS scheme and the top-up scheme and giving GST vouchers. It is about people needing to earn enough so that they can look after themselves. Giving handouts is just tokenism. Give it to people who really need it by making sure we have a minimum wage. And we are now worth $300 billion. 300 billion. You know how many zeros there are in billion? Go write it out. And yet 70% of our Singaporeans earn less than $2,000 a month. Hence, we keep having to give them a top-up. For what? Let's get down to the basics. Make sure people earn a minimum wage that is enough for them to live a decent life. People are not greedy, people are not lazy. People just want to have some dignity. So another big topic again, switch to CareShield Life? Yes, for some. Who? Disabled can draw Medisave cash? Disabled. What do you mean by disabled? Cash from Medisave helps meet diverse care needs. What is diverse care needs? There are a lot of services to meet seniors' long-term care needs, but it is very hard to reach it. I have already told the Ministry of Health what to do, but let me repeat myself once more so that they can listen again. Have one simple shield which everyone can understand easily. Perhaps I should speak in the hee-haw language so that those people in MOH who are hee-haws can understand what I am saying. Just have simple heading like how old you are, how much you have to pay for how many years, and you'll be looked after when you're sick or you're dying or you need healthcare at home, etc. Just do not write a big health shield Bible. We don't need another one. CPF looks set to become even more confusing. This is absolutely right. You know the KISS philosophy? Keep it simple, stupid. So MOH, keep it simple, stupid. This is the best advice to give. Go on, give that grey matter a good jog. I don't jog, I walk, and I walk all the time. I'm like a shark. I never stop walking unless I'm lying down and I'm sleeping. The back page of this newspaper is really good. Big push to get people more physically active. That is the main point. People have been put in a cage called a HDB flat, and they go in there and they're sedentary. They sit down, they watch TV, they do the computer work. If people keep themselves busy all the time and move all the time, you will look like me at 70. You know, property prices rising, everything is getting more expensive. The good news is durian prices are plunging. So if you have that extra $20 or $30, buy some durians and enjoy it. You can also freeze it and eat it another day. Thank you for watching Coffee and Whiskey. This is a rainy day again, so I'll have a hot whiskey. Cheers.